What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Sforgo. And before we get in this video, I want to correct myself from the last video. So something that I didn't notice that many of you did notice and put in the comments, and I want to give you guys a big thank you for it, is that these EX stones, the first stat here shows increased attack by 10%, which means that this here bonus is actually applying to our characters. So when I was doing my initial testing on the characters yesterday with Gato and Ramlethal, they were getting this extra 10% attack. But then it says increase EX fighter bleed and then EX fighter attack. So they weren't getting this. And actually it makes perfect sense because whenever you do the math and you do the multiplications, you actually can see that they are actually only getting increased attack when you see the actual attack buffs that they're getting. So guys, I just want to apologize for that because I should have noticed this, but I would have never thought that, the first stat actually applied. I just assumed, which is something you should never do, that the EX stone either applies or doesn't apply, right? I wasn't thinking that the first stat would apply to every single character. I mean, it's just stupid that Netmarble done that to where they make the stone where the first stat actually applies to every single character. That is silly, right? And then the other two don't. Right? It's just dumb. Just have it says increase to EX fighter, right? Just EX fighter every single one of these, or just, one solid bonus here where it says only works on EX fighters, right? To be a little bit more transparent about what's going on. I mean, this is transparent, but I mean, you got to look at the fine print here, guys. So it was a really easy mistake to make. So guys, do not put your EX stones on your SS or BS characters or your collaboration or just any other character other than a native EX character like Kyo or the Street Fighter characters. Like, only put your EX stones on native EX characters like Akuma, Chun-Li, Cronin, Angel, Shermie, Lady Choi. Those types of characters, right? If they're not a native EX character, the stone will only give that first attack bonus by 10% to them. It's not going to give all three of the bonuses for them. So I just wanted to correct myself, guys, and apologize for that. I really should have noticed that, but I didn't. Now, let's get into some news that Netmarble released yesterday, which is actually quite interesting, my friends. So I have been begging and begging for new content, right? Well, we have some returning content in Deimos Base. So let's read up on this, guy. So, hello, this is CM Yuri. The Deimos Base content will reopen through the update in early August. When we were making changes to the content to ameliorate the problems or alleviate the problems from the earlier version, we took many of our players' opinions into account to provide a more enjoyable gaming experience. Now, this is actually really, really good, and something I've always loved about the dev team is that they are willing to listen to feedback. We have seen it multiple times in the past where a lot of players just weren't happy with something, and they actually changed it. And this is something I can definitely appreciate about this dev team. It's very, very good that they do that because that's how you have a game be successful. That's how you make a game be prosperous, is by listening to the player base, right? Not the toxic ones, but the people that are actually, giving good, solid criticism or constructive criticism in order to help the game, right? Not just being greedy, because some people just want greed, right? They just want to get everything for free. But notice before opening Deimos Base, and you guys can see the notices here, right? And then, it's going to be on the 7th, right? Which is just in a couple days or a few days. And then you're going to have Deimos Base. So a content where you can form a team of fighters according to the formation rules to clear each stage. Now, we've had Deimos Base before, and this is exactly how it looked before. This is going to be looking a little bit different, obviously. We got boss fights, which is actually really, really great. But the problem that we had with Deimos Base before was that when it first showed up in the beta, it was just too easy. We got 500 rubies for clearing it in 1 week, and it was just too easy. We were just destroying it, right? So it actually made it kind of boring, right? I mean, but it was an easy 500 rubies. So people on one hand were very, very happy with that, but they were disappointed that it was just so easy, right? You really need a balance of reward to cost ratio, right? As far as, how much you have to put into a character, what kind of rewards are you actually going to get? And they really balance this out to where it looks much better than before. Now, they're still going to have the buffs in here, and that was really good the last time we could actually choose between the buffs that we're actually going to be applying, maybe to red characters, to yellow characters, to attack characters, and so on and so on. That was actually really good, but the thing was, they went from one extreme to the next in Deimos Base. as I said earlier, it was so easy in the beginning, and then they made it godly difficult. So difficult that they took away our hyper armor. They had a depleting effect, right? They had some kind of dot effect applying to you, so you were constantly taking damage, and our PG rate was nerfed so much that we couldn't even do our PG skills, right? It was just ridiculous how hard they made it. So you literally had to use like range characters and stay away from the boss, and then time when they were going to do their ultimates in order to keep from taking damage, because they would do their ultimates, I think, like every 20 seconds, if I remember correctly, and it was just a total nightmare. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it to play 50 stages, right, on that kind of difficulty just to get those 500 rubies. It just wasn't worth it, especially when you compare it to game modes like, well, like Time Attack, where you can get over 1,000 rubies, and it's just so much easier and doesn't take near as long. So they've actually done some things to this, which is actually really, really good. So the stage divided into normal match and boss match. I'm really happy to see that there's going to be boss matches on here. We'll see how good those are actually going to be. And the season rules apply when forming a team, and the season rules may change each season. Okay, so we're going to have different rules. All right, add a little bit more versatility, maybe some different restrictions. That would be really good, honestly. So maybe we'd use more of our characters. And then more information about season and info and information rules can be found in the game UI. Each stage has a dungeon effect. Once the stage ends, the remaining HP will be displayed. All right, so whatever amount of HP you're going to have is going to carry over to the next stage. All right. Any fighters that are KO'd in the battle will be removed from the formation and will be disabled until revived. This is exactly what they've done before. If you lose your fighter, then they actually get a revive, and you can actually bring them back and use them again. I think we got some like tickets for this. And then a special item that can revive KO'd fighters in the Deimos Base will be notified separately in later updates. So there you go, guys. And then unless all fighters that fall under the content requirements are used up, you may challenge the stages as many times as you wish. This is actually really, really good. I actually really like this because it actually, maybe provide a little more content for channels and a little bit more versatility for you as far as playing with other characters to see if they can actually get it done. And then clear stages can be challenged again, but the re-challenge won't have any buffs applied or rewards obtained. So again, that's really good for content, especially for a channel like mine and for other channels. And it's just good for you because you actually get hopefully some replayability. Hopefully it's really, really fun and more balanced and not just broken as hell. And then the buff effects. Upon clearing a stage, you can select and acquire one of 3 random buffs, right? And Deimos Base takes place in seasons. It starts from stage 1 when a new season starts. Season period is certain dates and resets every 2 weeks. So this is going to reset every single 2 weeks. You're going to be able to do this twice a month. So do keep that in mind and remember that. Now, play improvements. The last boss that appears in each stage will be changed to a fighter type boss. That's actually really good. And fighters with some profile tags that correspond to the play rule have additional effects. New elite enemies will be added to the stage. Very nice. Other improvements. Some skill effect of elite enemies will be changed. So this is what's really great, guys. So now we're looking at the reward system for what you're going to be doing. And they really changed this and made it way better than what it was before. Because before, we had to go through all 50 stages to get the 500 rubies. That took forever, guys, especially considering the difficulty. You would be playing that thing for hours trying to get through it, and then just the headache of trying to beat some of those stages because, again, your hyper armor is gone. There is a dot effect constantly draining your health. Your PG rate was nothing. You couldn't even do your defaults and 3 PGs hardly at all. It was ridiculous. It was so stupid. And then, but what they've done now is they made it way better where you have accumulated rewards as you go through the stages. This is nice. So whenever you just do, up to, there's still 50 stages, but whenever you go to 5, you're going to get Awakened Tier 6 capsules by 30. That's nice. And then you get 200 rubies when you go to Tier 10. So even the players that don't have really developed characters hopefully and should be able to go to Tier 10 and at least get these rubies, right? That's 400 rubies a month. Remember, you can do this twice a month, right? It's still more rubies, and 10 stages shouldn't really take that long. Again, we're going to see how the difficulty is going to be in this thing. And then when you go to Tier 15, Awaken Tier 7 capsules. This is awesome, guys. These things are very, very hard to get. And you need an insane amount of those damn things to take your characters from Awaken level 6 to Awaken level 7. So I'm really happy to see that they put this as a reward. And then once you go to Tier 20, you get another 200 rubies. I mean, in total, you get 800 rubies. And then twice a month, that's 1,600 rubies. Now, it's not as many rubies as we had before We had 2,000 before. I think it was 500 rubies a week, right? For 1 month, that's 2,000. And now it's going to be 1,600. But it's still really awesome because it's accumulated rewards, guys. You don't have to go to tier 50 to get all of the rubies. You don't have to do it, right? I mean, so it really helps all the players. Veterans are rewarded, because they're actually going to be able to go to tier 40, and then if they go to tier 50, you can actually get an SS memory. Now, I know that SS memories aren't as valuable as they used to be, right? It would have really been awesome if it had been an EX memory in here. That would have been sick. Net marble. But you can get 2 of these things a month, guys, and you can actually use SS memories on all the SS characters. That's really, really cool, right? It's a guaranteed SS memory. There is no RNG in here, and this is something that I've complained about in Copas. It's there's too much RNG in all of our rewards. Look at Guild Boss Challenge. It is stupid, right? You can open 200, 300 of those damn boxes and never get the stone that you want, right? But at least in this, you're actually going to get the reward that you're looking to get. So if you have an SS fighter that you're trying to level up, you're going to be able to get 2 of these memories every single month if you can go to tier 50, right? We're going to have to see how hard this is actually going to be, what characters are actually going to be meta for it. I imagine the newer characters are probably going to be meta for it more than likely, but we'll see, guys, whether old collab characters might be good. But I really love these changes that they made. I love that we have accumulated rewards. I love that players from all different walks of life, more or less, are going to be able to at least get something out of this deal, right? They're going to get something out of it, and they're going to have something to strive forward to because they're going to try to get to where they can get those SS memories, right? Again, it would have been better if it had been a EX memory, or if it would have been a fragment where you acquire so many fragments and you can get an EX memory guaranteed. That would have been even better. That would have been super awesome and would have made this game mode top of the echelon. But I mean, still, guys, we play Guild Raid to get BS and SS memories, and the fact that you can get, and that's another thing, I really hope that this SS memory alternates between BS and SS. It would really be cool if we got an SS memory the first time we played Deimos Base, and then the second time we played it in that month, we got a BS memory. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that, but I think that would be absolutely amazing because we have BS, and because BS and SS both have kind of fallen down because of EX, so I don't really see the harm in giving us BS and SS memories every single month. But this is really awesome, and I'm really happy with the changes. But guys, if Deimos Base is like what it was before, if it is broken to where our characters are nerfed so much, I can tell you that even with these rewards, guys, people are still going to be very disappointed. So I'm hoping there's a nice little balance in there. Hopefully there's some really good new mechanics in this new Deimos Base. They've been working on this for a long time. I got faith in this dev team. I'm really hoping they can pull it all together. So really, really exciting news, guys. I'm excited for this. I'm really curious to hope that this is going to be really good because we need content. We are starving for good content in this game. So guys, let me know how y'all feeling about the Deimos Base returning. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody.